All right, all right, all right. Wow, last module. Give yourself a big hand. Woo! What a long semester. You guys are going to do it. Just need the midterm and that's it, and you're done. Wow, you're going to go down in history by stating that you guys are the first one to complete the first class of 2020 all online on the computer. Yeah, even my mom's saying all right in the background. Okay, this week we're going to talk about larceny, theft, fraud, and white-collar crime. We're going to shoot through it really quick. This is your last one, right? You don't want to hear me, blah, blah, tell a story, big deal, right? Let's get through it. Okay, so we're going to talk about, what is happening here? Let's just move this over here. There we go. Make it a little easier there. All right, property crime. Property crime is seen as the least violent crime, obviously, because you're just taking property and it's not against a person's against a person in general, where you're going to threaten them or you're going to beat them or put a gun in their face or use a hammer, whatever the case may be. Okay, this is when property theft, you see some property that does not belong to you and you decided to make it your very own. You go up and grab it, walk away, go into a store and feel free to shoplift. Okay, it's very sad now. We've reached a point in our community and other communities, especially in California, where people are just walking in the stores, doesn't matter, right? And right out in plain daylight, they start stocking their bags, right? Stocking their bags. Because unfortunately, the policies that the store has, it's not worth stopping the shoplifter for property, right? So these guys know it, and they just start taking everything, which is really sad when there's other customers in there abiding by the law, trying to do what's right in society, and trying to move our country forward. And not back in the caveman days where you just go and knock the one caveman out and take it from another, okay? You're just stealing it for the sake of stealing. Some people have what they call they have like a disease, like they cannot help themselves. They just want to steal it. There was a case that me and my partner worked together. This one girl, she was 19 years old, 20 years old, was a student at Stanislaus State. She was, she was a little older. She was about 21 or so, because she was about ready to graduate from Stanislaus State. She had a habit of going to the local stores, right? I guess you call them Sephora now, and what's the other one? Ulta or whatever. As you can tell, I'm not a big makeup person, never have, never will. I'm fine with Walgreens makeup. But anyway, Ulta or Ultra, whatever. But anyway, always went in there and decided to help themselves to lipstick or whatever they may be, put in their pocket, right? So they caught her. She had to come down and talk to us. We released her on a citation so she could appear in court, right? So when she appears, she signed the ticket. She drove herself right over to the gun range. At that time, you can just go in, rent a gun, right? Here's my ID. I'm, Mary Susie, and I want a gun. I want to shoot it, right? So she went in, rented herself a 9mm, Colt 9mm single action. I know this because that's what I used to carry. And she then put 2 rounds pop into the target, 3rd round pop right into her face. Obviously it wasn't 2, it was only 1. And she left a note stating that she was studying to be a probation officer, and that if her parents had found out, she would end up dead anyway, which is really sad. So anyway, and she just couldn't help herself. She was just caught stealing all the time. Okay. So, what's the difference between the classification of larceny and theft? Okay, here we go. There's a nice little pickpocketer walking down the street here, right? Backpack. I see a lot of students, right, walking around with their backpacks. Not anymore because we're not on campus. Walking around with their backpacks and looking down at the little phone. I'm like, wow, there goes a victim, there goes a victim, there goes a victim. I can sit out and kind of point out victims all day long. I'm like, wow, do they know they're a victim? And then if you go try to tell them, like, hey, retired police, 30 years, the way you're carrying your purse, somebody can just come and rip it right from you. They're like, and I'll get all pissed off at you and stuff. So, all right, so grand larceny is a felony. That value is more than $950 and above. Okay, that's grand larceny. So that's a felony. That means state prison. You guys already know this. Yes, right? Petty larceny is less than $950, where they're going to value those type of different things, and it's either, like I said, it could be a theft from a vehicle, theft from a store, anything like that. Okay. Here we go. Elements of the crime, right? These are the elements that you need. Elements of the crime. There you go. In case those people need to see it. Like, oh my gosh, what did she cover up? I'm going to go into panic, right? So, felonious stealing, taking, carrying, leading, or driving away another personal property or goods, right? Oh, my mom's getting a phone call. Hold on a minute. Okay, so when they talk about carrying, leading, or driving away, personal property, people get all kinds of stuff stolen. Their bicycles, could be go-karts, skateboards, all kinds of stuff like that. Personal property or services of another. So it doesn't mean that you have to own it, right? If you work at a convenience store and some kids come in and steal a bunch of candy, or it's the weekend and the people do their, stealing for Budweiser for the weekend, they go in and grab, it's under $950. That belongs to somebody else, the store, not the person that works there, but it's still against the law. Okay? All right. With an intent to obviously permanently deprive the owner of the property or goods. So you have to show that they actually were leaving with to permanently deprive them with property or goods. So sometimes we get these kind of calls. They have a garage sale, and the kid's like, oh, can I try this out or that out? Can I try the bike out? Right off with the bike, right? And then, okay, they call the police, like, okay, are they coming back? Did you sell? You can try it out for a period of time. What agreement did you come to? Some people take their stolen identification cards into the local bike shop, and then they get a big bike that's worth $2,000-$3,000. They say, I want to test drive it out in the parking lot and right away, right? So if they're riding away and they're leaving them behind their ideas, probably that shows a good intent that you're trying to permanently deprive the owner of the goods. All right, found property. Oh, I love this one. This one was golden for me. Okay, what do I mean by that? That's golden. When I worked for Modesto Police Department, the 33 years that I worked there, okay, I ran into so many people who found all kinds of stuff. It was amazing. They found Rolex watches, they found money, they found guns, they found diamonds, they found jewelry. Everybody found something. I'm like, oh, you found it? Oh, yeah, I found it. It was in the trash, or it was just laying on the side of the road. I'm like, kind of interesting. I've been here 55 years. I've never found a Rolex watch. I've never found a gun. I've never found, name the item, right? A skill saw. Oh, I just found it. The skill saw is brand spanking new. I just found it, right? Found all kinds of nice tools. Okay, I found it. So, okay, did you make any attempt to find the owner? Nope. So where are you going right now? Home? Oh, really? You're just walking home, riding your bike home, so you're making no attempt to try to find the owner. And obviously, the police department's that way, and you're going that way, so you're making no attempt to contact the police department, let them know you found this property, and thus, why don't you turn it in and be a good Samaritan, right? So, it is against the law, right? You can't it's not finders, keepers, losers, weepers, right? That's not the area that we live in nowadays, but you can arrest people for possession of found property. You have to make an attempt to find the owner. So hold on there. And just so for those who like, what? I've never heard of this law, right? Because I'm going to ask you, what's one thing you learned from this video, right? Of you watching me watching this video, right? Is what's one thing you learned? 485 of the California Penal Code states that you cannot keep property that you found. Feel free to look it up. right? Might be on some Jeopardy game sometime in the future. You might win millions of dollars if you remember that. All right, I'm going to stop here. We're going to go on to the next module, and we'll see you guys in a minute. Bye-bye.